As a good sales engineer, understanding your customer requirements and then preparing your pitch accordingly is an essential part of your customer meeting. What is up, YouTube? This is your host Yasin Nizami, and today we are going to talk about what it takes to be a fabulous sales engineer. And what I mean by fabulous is a very famous sales concept called FAB, which stands for features, advantages, and benefits. Now, before we go into the FAB concept, I want to spend a minute on understanding your audience. Before you go into the meeting, you need to make sure you know who is in your audience. If it's a bunch of techies, then it's an easy job for you because you are a techie by heart. You know how to handle them, and you know what to expect. But if you have an executive or manager or director level peoples in the audience, then you have to make sure that you understand the audience and tailor your pitch accordingly. Now, there's a very famous concept called three wise men, which is used to identify your audience, which means look for these three personas in your audience. Number one, revenue. Number two, cost. And number three, risk. So you as a good sales engineer should be asking yourself how my product is going to increase the customer revenue. For example, is my product going to allow them to reduce the time to market and maybe go into other markets fairly quickly? My product is going to allow them to cross-sell other products, right? From cost perspective, you should be asking yourself, is my product going to reduce the cost for my customer? For example, is it going to make their operations more efficient in terms of reducing support calls, right? Maybe my product will make the overall process more self-intuitive. Similarly, from risk perspective, you should be asking yourself, is my product going to mitigate the risk the customer may have? For example, is my product going to make them more compliant from security and regulatory requirements perspective, or maybe keeping them protected from any potential security breach? Let me give you an example. Imagine I'm the SE and I'm trying to sell you this ceramic mug. What if I start my presentation like this? This ceramic mug is made up of inorganic, non-metallic, crystalline structure with low to medium density variation and high ductility. Would I lose you? Oftentimes I've seen sales engineers starting their pitches and they talk about feature after feature after feature, and they struggle to make technical connection to the business sense. Here comes FAB. So FAB is not a new concept. It has been used by a lot of sales professionals in the industry for over multiple decades. Stand for features, advantages, and benefits. Let's apply this concept of FAB on this coffee cup example. Imagine this is the current state. That's how you drink your coffee, Mr. Customer. It is hard to hold, it may burn my fingers, and it can spill my coffee. As well, it is environmentally unfriendly. Here's another cup. It has a handle. Well, that's a feature, F. What does it do? It stops my fingers from burning and spilling my coffee. That's an advantage. What's the benefit? Well, the benefit is I can continue doing my job without worrying about spilling my coffee on myself or my computer or on somebody else. So if I put it all together, a feature is something what a product is. Advantage is what the product does. And benefit is what is the value that the customer is getting from your product. Remember, customers do not buy your product because of a feature. They buy it because they see the value in the product. To all my sales engineers out there, remember, before going into any meeting, identify your audience first. Remember the three wise men: revenue, cost, and risk. Ask yourself a question, how your product is going to benefit these three wise men, and then apply the FAB concept in your pitch. Every product should have a clear feature, advantage, and a benefit. And focus on the benefit part because that's what makes you a great sales engineer. That's it for me now. If you like it, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button because I will be publishing these videos on a regular basis. And share this video with other engineers who are trying to move into the sales engineering profession or existing sales engineers who are struggling with these kind of skill set, because nobody teaches you in the college or university. At least there is no degree or course to become a sales engineer, right? So you only learn this when you are in the field, from your seniors, from your mentors, from your coaches. And my intention with this YouTube channel is to share what I've learned over the period of 17 years of my corporate career. Stay safe, guys. Until my next video, take care.